Angie from Farrell's here, and today we're going to work on tricep extensions and explaining all of those exercises to you. You will need long band, figure eight band, extra bar if you have it. You can also do dumbbells with these, or just body weight. We're going to start off with a standing tricep extension. We do this one arm at a time. So we use a long band. But this one, we're going to put one handle on the ground with the handle in between our feet. We're going to stand on the band with our left foot, the handles in our left hand. We're going to step our right foot forward slightly, and we're going to have our weight centered between our feet. We're going to bring our upper arm so that it is pointed straight up to the ceiling, and we're going to hug that bicep as close to our head as we can. Now, some individuals have limited shoulder flexibility, and they may not be able to get their arm up all the way, and that's okay. Just work on getting it as close to your head as you can, and then stabilizing that arm so that it doesn't move around. During this exercise, we're isolating the back of our upper arm, our tricep, and we don't want to move our shoulder around. So we're just going to extend at the elbow, bringing that handle up to the ceiling, palms facing forward, and then we're going to resist all the way back down so that the handle touches the nape of our neck. There's a tendency that when we start to get tired with this exercise that we may not bring the handle all the way down, and then we come back up. We're not getting a full range of motion that way, and that's not working the muscle enough, so make sure you've got the handle all the way down. Bring it back up, and then back down. All right? Next up, we've got behind the head press. We do this with a figure eight band. For you ladies or gentlemen, if you've got a ponytail, you want to be careful that you tip your head forward slightly so that you don't get your hair caught in the center of this band. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold that band with our weight centered between our feet, palms facing each other. Now we're going to reverse the grip so that our palms are away from each other. We're going to bring our arms up, and then we're going to bend our elbows so that we're in a goalpost position. Once we get here, we do not move our shoulders anymore. We're going to isolate that tricep again, and we're going to extend our arms at the elbows until the band disappears behind our arms and our back. And then we're going to resist back in. Now, you may find that if you're not strong enough yet to use a figure eight band, this is as far as you get. And if that's the case, just do the exercise without a band so that you can get that full extension in. When you don't have a full range of motion with an exercise, you're not going to get the full benefit of it. All right? So that's behind the head press. Behind the back extension uses the figure eight band as well. So we're going to hold that band with our palms facing each other. And now we're going to bring our arms up, and you're going to reverse grip on both hands. And then you're going to bring that band behind your back and rest your right hand on your right hip. Your left hand, palm is facing up, and that shoulder stays where it's at. And we've got that elbow pointed at about a 45-degree angle away from our body. We don't move our shoulder anymore, okay? To make this exercise easier, you can bring that right hand up your body. To make it more challenging, you can move it down your hip a little bit, all right? So palms facing out, elbows pointed out, and then we're going to extend at the elbow, kind of like a cheerleader, and then resist back all the way in. Out, and then back in. Make sure that you're not arching your back behind you, got your abs tight, and make sure you're not moving that shoulder around at all. You're isolating this tricep muscle in the back of our arm. All right, next up, we've got two different kinds of kickbacks. These are very easy to cheat on, so you need to concentrate so that you make sure you've got a full range of motion and that you're not using momentum to do the exercise. Both of them, we're going to start with a bent arm kickback. We put the band underneath our front foot, and we take a lunge step back. We're going to lean forward slightly, still keeping good posture in our back. We're not rounding our shoulders, we're rolling those shoulders back. And then we're going to crank our elbows back as far as they will go, keeping them in nice and close. You don't want to have them out here. You're bringing those elbows, squeezing them behind you as much as you can, and then bringing them back, and then that's where that upper arm stays. Okay? This is what it's going to look like. Leaning forward slightly, elbows are cranked back, Keep your wrists straight. Again, we're not bending those wrists. And we're going to extend at the elbow, pause at the top, and then resist back in. Extend, back in. If you use too heavy of a band and you start to find yourself doing this, band down or drop the band. Straight arm kickbacks are very similar. The only change is that we leave our arms straight. We keep tension on that band, we lean it forward, and now we're bringing our whole arm back as a unit and back down. This is another one where it's kind of easy to start doing this, using momentum. You want to control it, pause at the top, and then resist back in. Okay, kneeling tricep extensions. You can do this with an extra bar or a long band. If you do it with a long band, make sure you've got your handles close together. Don't interlock your fingers when you do this. So holding those handles, hold them close together. We're gonna push them straight up. We're gonna keep those upper arms close to our head, and we're gonna extend those hands all the way back, touching the base of our neck, and then we extend them up, resist back down. Extend up, resist back down. If you do this exercise with an extra bar, you're kneeling on that band with both knees. This one, you're gonna have a nice tight grip on the bar. Extend it straight up, keep those elbows in nice and tight, and then push up. All the way down, push back up. All right. Last up, tricep press overhead. We do this with both hands at the same time. You're gonna have one handle on the ground. This time the handle goes outside your foot. And you're gonna hold that handle in both hands because we're gonna keep our elbows close to our head again, just like we've been doing on several of these exercises. Now, depending on the size of your hand or the comfort level, you may have to play around with how you hold the handle. So I usually have 3 fingers hooked around the handle, and then my pinkies are just outside of the nylon. And I've got the foot that the band is not under, comes forward slightly. We've got those elbows hugged in nice and tight, and then we're gonna push up and resist back in. Push up, resist back in. On this one, if you find that it is too easy to do with the band that you've got, either band up or you can step in closer toward the center of the band, and that's going to increase the resistance to make it more challenging for you. All right? Okay. If you have any questions about triceps, let me know.